All right, Dog, you thought you were going to skate out of here without updating the bet heads on March Madness. Think again. Say psych right now because it's time to update our brackets.
After these messages, we'll be right back. No, yeah.
The real big update on this edition of Bet This is Jay Dawg's winner has fallen out of the bracket.
Why did I take the Cougars?
Houston.
Oh.
Garrett, looking at you. You're a Coug. What happened with the Cougs? They fell out of the bracket. I had Houston winning against Illinois. That sadly did not happen. So, I mean, my runner-up was coming out of that division. So I had the South going to Florida, and they lost to Iowa last week.
Yeah.
So I was already kind of out that way. But my winner is still in, and I am only 2 teams off from having a perfect bracket in the West. The only 2 miscorrections I got were I had BYU beating Texas at the time. It was undecided. And then I had Gonzaga winning against BYU, which Gonzaga lost to Texas. And then, of course, Texas just lost to Purdue, keeping my winner in it. So that is the update on my bracket.
For the women,
Jay Dawg and I
are a lot better.
Yeah, are both still doing very well. It feels as though I've said it on Good Morning New Hampshire. I've said it to you. I've said it around the office.
Yeah.
It feels, you can really feel the skill gap between the blue blood schools and the like
UConn, South Carolina, and UCLA. They run it.
Yeah.
They just run it. Now the rest of these teams are trying to run it back. They can't.
Yes.
They just cannot. It's just the talent is not there. And
Yes.
It's glaringly obvious once the tip-off begins. It's that painful.
Now, you've probably watched women's college hoops, and we don't have to talk about this for too long because we have power rankings, but you've watched women's college hoops longer than I have. Do you think the NIL has created this skill gap or made it worse? Or do you think that this skill gap has always existed?
It's prevalent now more because the coaches have more of the emphasis on getting these kinds of players as well. These can't miss recruits. NIL hasn't really caught up to
I know women's sports, they don't get as much money, right?
They still do. And Paige Beckers was able to get something going, I think, for Wingstop before she got to the WNBA and parlayed it while she was in the WNBA. So she was able to get a couple of those things, but that's a rarity.
Mm-hmm.
Not all the athletes are going to have that for women in college. They might 2 years from now. At the moment, though, not likely.
Okay. So the skill gap you think has always kind of been there. It's just it's maybe getting more notice.
Yeah, Gino Auriemma is one of the greats. He really is. He knows what he's doing. You know, on Staley, she knows what she's doing. South Carolina, they know what's up. UCLA, you know, all they've done is hear about UConn and South Carolina. Well, now they've got a tremendous opportunity to upset either one of those two. Should it come to that?
That would be huge.
But right now, it's UConn, South Carolina, and UCLA for the women.
Dog, as you get ready for the power rankings, let me just look up some futures for the women's bracket just to see what an upset would be. UConn is the favorite right now to win the tournament, minus 250. UCLA is plus 475, and then South Carolina is plus 800. So those are your favorites there. If you were to bet on South Carolina to get it done and you added maybe $10, $90 is how much it pays out. So just keep that in mind. If you want to throw a flyer down on an upset, now's the time to do it before the odds get drastically, brought down and you're not going to get as much profit there. Now, Dog, hit us with the power rankings.
NBA, we start off with only a few more weeks of the NBA.
Yeah, it's actually very close to the end of the season.
It is. At number 10, the Houston Rockets. That's at 10. At number 9, the Minnesota Timberwolves. I have the Pistons now. And even though they're the best team in the Eastern Conference, I have them at number 8.
Yeah.
They've taken a tumble, I think.
Yeah, they got lucky that they locked in a playoff spot when they did, because if they hadn't...
Cade Cunningham and his collapsed lung.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate situation.
At number 7, the Denver Nuggets. At number 6, the Cleveland Cavaliers. At number 5, the New York Knicks. At number 4, the Boston Celtics. At number 3, the Los Angeles Lakers.
Wow.
Unbeatable all of a sudden. What happened there?
Luka.
He figured it out.
Luka turned it on. He's been on fire.
It's now between SGA, Luka, and Wemby. Those are your top.
Yeah, I think Jokic is out of the
the
race. Is he technically able to qualify?